What are we doing today, Cindy Lou?
Looking at our bees, and hopefully there's still some in there.
Oh, there's some in there. I see them flying in and out.
Yeah.
So what's that stuff?
This is the formastic. It's the treat for the varroa mite.
Dottie! Them two have a war going.
He has beat her up before.
Dottie's real brave, long as the turkey's on the other side of the fence.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through and check our bees. This time we're taking the whole hive apart, all the way down to the bottom. See if we can find the queen, see what's going on. We might have to do a split. It's just right now starting with the honey flow because we've had lots of dandelions. I've seen a lot of pollen coming in. So I guess we're going to go at it again.
See what happens this time. There's a bunch of them in there. I could probably take that mouse guard off now. But it doesn't seem to slow them down much. It will trap the heat as the summer goes on though. These two. Dang dog is loud.
Well, he could move out of the way too.
The turkey likes to torment her. If I open the gate, they both take off the other way.
Well, next weekend she'll have her powder torment.
Dots! Dottie! I'm not gonna listen.
She's a brave
dang dog. Well, they left most of their sugar I put in there, so they must be getting enough pollen. Okay, so they got quite a little bit of honey in there that they're building on. But these here, it look like peanuts. Those are queen cells, which means they're wanting to swarm on us. There are probably too many in there. I was kind of afraid of that. This hive has a lot of bees. We haven't had any time to work them either. There's a lot of bees in here. They're not liking it because they're not running out of room. They're wanting to leave on us. All this extra comb like this, it all has to come off. That's kind of in between the boxes and they're bridging them together. But when you set the top box back onto this one, you'll squish bees and things. And it makes it really hard once they glue all these together. You can't get them apart. Well, bad news on the bees. There's a lot of capped brood, young bees, a lot of honey, no larvae, and a lot of swarm cells. These are all queen cells. They call them swarm cells. That one there might be sealed. So, the only two things we could do, the queen has flown the coop. About the only thing we can do, I put some of them in here. They've got some swarm cells or queen cells on them also. About all we can do is hope that they will make another queen, or we can go buy another one. Each one of them, one little queen bee, $40. We've had no luck with these. They've done this to us time and time again. The best year we had split it enough times that we were up to 5 hives, and then one by one we lost them to winter or to swarming or something happened. So I don't think we want to buy another queen, but
Nope.
They're ungrateful. You do everything you can to try to help them out, including these sugar patties and things, and then they do this. We should have worked them by now, but man, there just hasn't been time, and when there was time, the weather was bad, and it's just a lot of effort, a lot more so than people realize. If you don't have time to work your bees about once a week, don't even try. There's a bear. Got a little cinnamon bear on the back of that four-wheeler. But we haven't even had time to put out a bear bait or do anything. So it's kind of hopeless. There are a lot of bees here. Hopefully they'll take off. If not, what'll happen is they'll keep collecting honey, and once they die out, we'll just get all the honey. They won't be making any more bees, but that's the way it goes, I guess. A lot of them here. Yeah, we worked hard to making sure they didn't winter kill, and lost them anyway.
We haven't lost them yet.
Well, pretty sure bet we're going to. Cindy says we haven't lost them yet, but it's pretty sure. There's a possibility we might not. We might end up with 2 hives if both of these will create their own queen. But put it all back together and hope for the best, I guess. Bees are kind of confused. They're on the back end of this. We split them into 2 hives, being that there's no queen or anything anyway. And some of those, there was enough of those frames that had queen cells on them. Figured, well, we'll split them up and maybe one of them will take and they'll make another queen. So when we got these, I don't even see the little frames. We got these bees, oh there it is, roughly 10 years ago, and we've had kind of hit and miss luck with it. We had up to 5 hives at one time, and things were going good, and then one by one we lost them for one reason or another. When we bought this, we bought a kit that came with one of these big hive bodies, one small one. This one should go on top. That's a they call it a honey super. The frames are smaller. The frames, it came with one big box, one small box, a lid, and a bottom to it, and it came with 10 of these yellow frames that are full size, and then 10 of the smaller ones. Came with a bee kit. I mean, that was part of a bee kit. We ended up with one bee suit, this little Hive tool they call it, little pry bar is what it is, and Cindy says she thinks that this rack here came with it. The smoker came with it. There were some gloves with the bee suit, which I never used. I never used the bee suit either, just the head net for it. I think that's about all. Since then, we have bought, that was like $300. Since then, we've bought some of these black ones. The bees don't seem to like the black frames. The yellow ones work better. We bought Cindy a head net. I bought another, it had the kit came with one of these, they call it a queen excluder. It's a screen that supposedly the queen can't fit through and the worker bees do. Came with one of those. I bought a second one of those. I bought boards. Yeah. I bought boards to build more boxes as we needed them. Built these racks on the bottom. I bought this thing. This is a little, got feathers on it. This is a little clamp thing that you use to grab the frames and pull them in and out of. We've bought probably at least 6 queens at $40 a piece. This is a, and this one here, this body, or box, Hive body they call them. This box is fiberglass, that's why it's a different color than the rest. I bought that separately, along with the frames that fit inside of that one. I think that was another $60, $70. And yeah, it all adds up. I bet you real easy. We never kept track or anything, but I bet real easy. I bet we've got $1,000 into these bees. And over the years, we maybe got $200 in honey. So it hasn't been exactly profitable. It has been fun. I do enjoy it. You know, it's kind of weird. Before we started doing this, there's no way I would stand this close to this many bees flying around and, you know, landing on you and whatever. Look at all these guys. No, it's no big deal. They don't bother me at all. You do get stung quite a little bit, but even that doesn't really hurt after a while. It itches. It doesn't really hurt. Now, some of these guys, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's just because they're confused. And like these guys, they almost act like they're fighting. Usually later in the year, neighboring bees will come over and try to rob the hive and they'll fight, but I don't think they're doing that now. I don't know. Kind of a strange deal. Look at this little cluster. I'm not sure what they're doing, but anyway, I really hate to give up on these. Really, truly do. But like I said in the past, if you don't have time enough to go through these bees and work them at least once a week and kind of know what to look for and what you're doing at least a little bit, don't get bees, because they're a lot of effort and there is a ton of things to go wrong. That mite stuff that we were putting in there, or we were going to put in there. We ended up not putting it in. What that is Varroa destroyer mites. It's hard to imagine a bug getting bugs, but they do. They get parasites, and that little mite will kill them. And those little packet things, they're about 1/4 inch thick by 3 inches wide, 6 inches long maybe. They stink. They are a nasty, nasty smelling chemical. But I guess it's formic acid, which ants produce. It's a natural deal, but man, you wouldn't want to breathe that. Anyway, that's supposed to kill those mites. If you don't do it, your bees will die. They just will. They get in there and they get into the brood, and they kill the brood. And being that we have very little brood, we didn't put those in this time. Hopefully, we might be done here, but hopefully they can make their own queens in maybe both of these boxes and keep going, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. When they swarm, there's usually those little peanut looking things. Those are swarm cells, and there'll be several queens that hatch. The old queen will take off with most of your bees for parts unknown. Who knows where they're going? Never see them again. But sometimes what happens when they make a queen, the weirdest thing, when all these bees are female except for the biggest ones, or drones, and the worker bees and the queen bee, they're all female. The drones are males, and their only real job is to breed the queen. But they all have different jobs. There's undertaker bees, there's gatherer bees, there's nurse bees that take care of the young ones, and ones that tend to the queen, and it's pretty doggone complex setup, really. But what happens when they swarm, they leave, but there's usually those queen cells. They'll usually hatch out some more queens, and then they fly away, get bred, and then fly back. Maybe. If nothing eats them, they don't get hit by a car or ate by a bird or whatever, bad weather gets them, whatever, they can come back and make their own queen. So by splitting these two boxes with queen cells in both boxes, I'm hoping at least one of them will get a queen in it, but it's kind of a long shot. It's probably not going to happen. So, pretty depressing, really. I like my bees, dang it. The car races, I was just texting the hillbilly. They got car races going tonight, and they usually don't start till 7 o'clock, but they got a few people gathering already, and I hear motors going. I don't know if they're going to practice for a couple hours until they start or what. It's only about 5:30 now. But anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Doggone little bugs. Oh, what it is they're doing. Strange things. Well, anyhow, keep your fingers crossed. Maybe they'll take off and survive yet, but I think we're, whoops, I forgot to shut that door. I think we're probably out of the bee business. Anyhow, thank you for watching. hopefully see you tomorrow. And have a great day. Bye.